Okay. Alright. So 9 over 10, where's the tenths? What's that as a decimal? 0.9. That's tenths. 9 over 100.
0.09.
0.9. There's the hundredths. What if I put a 1 in front of the 9?
1.09.
Okay. Alright. Three over 1,000.
0.002.
Okay, so watch. If I put the 3 in front, isn't that 3,000? But it's written backwards, isn't it? Five over 10,000. But watch this. If I write it as 50,000 and then write it backwards, and put the point there, write it backwards. Point. Many zeros? Four zeros and a 5. What's 15? 1. What's 3?
0.0315.
Okay. And 4. Alright, just fill up the gaps. I'm just going to change my pen because that's making too much of a mess. Alright, another example. Okay, write each following as decimals. So 9 over 10, 0.9. Another example. 1 over 10.
0.1.
0.1. 5 over 10. 0.5. 8 over 10. 0.8. Let me see. 16. Well, what's 6 over 100 first? 0.06. Now what happens if I write a 1 in there? 0.16. 28. 75 over 100. 0.75. Okay. So they're not too bad. Right, if I had a number line, so that's 0, 3, 4, that's 0.5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that is 1. Okay, what's this number?
0.3.
0.3. What's this number here? 0.8. What's this number here? 0.1. What's this number? 0.7. How do you write 0.8 as a fraction? 0.7. Okay. Right, another one. Here's another number line. Okay. So anyway, that's it. That's easy enough. That's 0.5, 1, 1.5, and 2, isn't it? Right. What about adding? So we went on to adding. 12.24. And if I had to add 6.72, and make sure the decimal points are underneath each other, and 14.4, and that's all they give me. What else can I add here? A 0. Right. Start adding them up. 4, 2, use your fingers if you want to. 6, right down to 6. 13. What do I do?
1 over
3, and I can carry the 1.
3, 13, 2, 3.
7, 13. 3, carry the 1.
4.
3. 33.36. Alright, what about subtracting decimals? 14.05 and subtract, take away 1.62. The decimal points must be above each other.
Don't you put like the hood?
4,
2,
2, and a 1. Decimal point is there.
Sir, you gotta cross out the 4 in the test so they know how it's done.
Okay. What about multiplying? We have, let's say we have 2.1 and multiplied by 1.2. Okay. Now, first of all, forget about the decimals to begin with. Multiply by the 2. 2 ones are, 2 twos are.
4.
Now, we're multiplying by tens now, aren't we?
0 underneath 2.
Exactly, put a 0. Now,
1
1 times 1 is?
1 2
1 times 2 is? 2. Now, add them together. 2, 5, 2. Now, how many are behind to the right of the decimal point? How many figures? 2. So we jump 1, 2. There's the answer. Another example, multiply. So let's say we had 3.14 and multiplied it by 0.12. Multiplied. Keep looking up, lads. Multiply by the 2 first. 2 4s are? 8. 2 1s? 2. 2 3s? 6. Now, we're multiplying by tens now. Look up, guys. Multiplying by the tens, so I put a 0. 1 times 4 is?
4.
1 times 1? 1 times 3?
And then you put 2 zeros.
Right, yeah, well, I'm multiplying by 0 times something is 0 anyway.
Yeah, but
Okay.
if that's 1, you put 2 zeros.
Yeah, that's right. So now we add. I'll do an example like that in a second.
8,
8, 6, 7, 3. How many numbers are to the right of the decimal point?
3.
Start here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 0.368.
So you know the microphone volume's on.
Okay, do another. Sorry.
The microphone volume's on.
The what?
The microphone volume's on.
Is on. Yeah. Okay, the next one. So let's say we had 3.14 again multiplied by 2.12. Multiplied. So keep looking up. Multiply by the 2 first. 2 times 4 is? 8. 2 times 1? 2 times 3?
6.
Now multiply by the tens now. So I put down a 1 0. 1 times 4 is? 1 times 1? 1 times 3? Now we're multiplying by the hundredths now. 2 times 4? 2 times 1? 2 times 3? Now add them all together. 8, 6. 6 and 8 is 14 and 1 is 15. Carry the 1. Now, how many numbers are to the right of the decimal point? Start here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the answer. Right. Moving on. Dividing by on page 63. So dividing. Okay. 72. Look up. The decimal point is here, isn't it? On 72. So I can write 72 like 72.0. I can write it like that. So what is 72 divided by 10? Shh. Look up. When you're dividing by 10, there is 1 0, which means move the decimal point 1 place to the left. Decimal point 1 place to the left. The answer is 7.2. Okay. Now, what happens if I divide by 100?
2 places. 0.72.
2 places to the left. So 1, 2. 0.72. Now, what happens if I'm dividing by 1,000? 3 places to the left. So what do I get?
0.072.
1. So I do it like this. 1 jump. 2 jump. Finish there.
0.72.
Fill in the zeros. 0.072. Right. So if we go with 158, the decimal point is there, divided by 100. There are 2 zeros, so that means we jump 2 places to the left. 1, 2. The answer is
1.58.
58. Okay. Now, okay. So on page 64. Now this is, let's say, question 11 that you wanted to do. So if 1.2 times 0.4 divided by 0.3. Now watch, pay attention please. So you can have, you can get an additional piece of paper and do the multiplication first. Do the top bit first. So 1.2 multiplied by 0.4. Look up. What you're not doing. Look up. Alright, so multiply by 4 times. 4 times 2 is? 8. 4 times 1? 4. What happens when I multiply by 0? I get nothing, don't I? Alright, so how many numbers are to the right of the decimal point? 2. So I start here and move 1, 2. What's my answer? 0.48, which is my answer on top. 0.48 divided by 0.3. How do I divide? Hold on, I'll show you. Alright, 0.3 divided by, divided into 0.48. Right, what I can do, watch. On the divisor, I will move the decimal point until I get a whole number. So move it and I get a 3. So how many places did I move it? 1. So over here I move it
4.8.
1 place. So what do I get? I get 3 and I get 4.8. I get 3 and I get 4.8. Right, now divide. Just divide normally. 3 and 4 goes once and 1 over. 3 and 18 goes 6 times. And just bring the decimal point down. The answer is 1.6. Right, we'll do another question like that. No, thank you. Not just yet. We're recording.
I'm gonna forget.
Yeah. 12 divided by 0.6 times 0.5. Right, first of all, in our rough work, we'll do the bottom bit. So 0.6 times 0.5. Multiply. 5 6s are
25.
30. We're down to 0. 5 noughts are nothing plus 3 is 3. And when you multiply by 0, you get nothing. Okay, so how many points are behind the decimal point? 2. Move the decimal point. 1.
0.2.
0.3 is the answer. Okay? You can write it like that as well. Look up here. So we're going to replace that 12 divided by 0.3. Now in my rough work, I'm going to go do the division. 0.3 into 12. What do I need with the divisor? The divisor needs to be a whole number. Look it up. Move the decimal point until you get a whole number. Move the decimal point, which is here, 1 place. And what do I get? 120. Here I've got 3 into, dividing into 120. 3 into 12 goes? 4 times, so 40, isn't it? Will I do one more of those? Yeah, okay. So, look it up, the rest of you. Look it up, Jay. It's very important to use your space. Use your space, rough work. Get a piece of paper if you don't have it. And hand that in as well. Write the question number on it. Right, we'll do the top bit first. Keep looking up. Multiply these. 2.7 multiplied by 0.3. Now, multiply as normal. 3 7s, 21. Put down the 1, carry the 2. 3 2s are 8 and 2. 6 and 2 is 8. Now, when we multiply by 0, we get nothing. Okay, so how many numbers behind to the right of the decimal point? There are 2. The decimal point is here. Sit up, move it 2 places to the left. What do we get? 0.81. is the answer on the top. Okay, rub that out. Now we'll do the division. 0.9 divided into 0.81. Now on the divisor, we move the decimal point until we get to get a whole number. Okay, so we get 9. Move the decimal point one place as well, and we get 8.1, don't we? Okay, 9 into 8 won't go. 9 into 81 goes. 9 times. Where's the decimal point? There it is. Bring it straight down. The answer is 0.9. You starting to understand that? Ryan? Okay. Express as a decimal. I'll say you've got a fraction. 304. You know what it is as a decimal, don't you? 0.75. But watch. Look up. How do you figure that out? Well, you take the top number and you divide the bottom number into it. When you write down the top number, look up. You write a decimal point. Give yourself plenty of zeros. Okay, so 4 and 3 won't go. 4 into 30. 4 sevens are 28. 2 over, isn't it? 4 into 20 goes 5. The decimal is there and the 0.75. There's no need to go any further. 4 into 0 won't go, so you'll get a 0 there. Okay, another one. If we go 5 over 8, what is that as a decimal? So write down 5 point, give it plenty of zeros, and then we'll divide by 8. 8 into 5 won't go. 8 into 50. 6 eighths are 48. 2 over. 8 into 20.
4.
2. And 4 over. 8 into 40. 5. 0.625. Okay? That's it as a decimal. From a fraction to a decimal. And 38.6. What's the nearest whole number? The 6 brings you up to a 39. What's the rule? If it's 6, 7, 8 or 9, round up. Or a 5 as well, round up. And if it's a 4, 3, 2, 1, leave the number alone. No, you don't round it down. Leave it as a... So for example, what would this be? A 4. 38. Just leave the 8 alone. Leave it alone. Alright. If it's a 5, round it up. That would be 39. If it's a 3, leave it at 38. If it's a 1, 38. So if it's a 1, 2, 3 or 4, leave it at 38. Another example. John, what's 23.5? Round it up or down? Up. 24. 24. 24.0. That's it. Alright, another example. 0.1792. Now you have to round this, look at, you have to round this to 2 decimal places. Where's 2 decimal places? There. Round it to 2 decimal places. So you look at this one. So do I round the 7 up or down? Up. So what do I get? 1, 8. That's a 9. So look at, I round it up. Another example. If I have 3.008, correct to 2 decimal places. There's 2 decimal places. Do I round it up, John? You're not looking. Do I round it up?
No.
Yeah.
I look at the 8.
Oh, the 8, yeah.
There's 2 decimal places. Round it to 2 decimal places. Do I round it up?
Yeah.
3.01. Okay. Round these numbers to 1 decimal place. Okay. Right. Round it to 1 decimal place. If you hear that, look up. There's 1 decimal place. So I look at this number. Do I change the 7? 12.7. Okay. Another one. 0.762 rounded to 1 decimal place. So I highlight that. Do I change the 7? Yeah, I do.
So 1.0.
0.8. 1 decimal place. And one more. 1.75 to 1 decimal place. Do I round it up?
2.0.
1.8. The 5 changes the 7 to an 8. Round it to 1 decimal place.
Oh, decimal.
Yeah.